How do you know that you are poor in Kenya? There are people who are poor, but they don't know. Signs that you are poor. You have nothing. Now here is a list of things to consider for you to be satisfied that you are poor. So the first one is when you know the price of each product in a supermarket. When you are going to pick, you do your calculations. You are limited, and you clearly know that last month when I bought sugar, it was costing 130. Why is it costing 133 this month? It means you are poor. Rich people don't even know the price. They just go and pick. They go and pick and put in the trolley. So that is the first sign. The second one is when you hear the noise from your neighbor at night. The next room is your neighbor. You can hear anything and everything. So it means you are very poor. So in most cases, those are apartments where bedsitter, single room, and bedroom. You are poor. Another one is when you see everything in your house, and when you sit in the sitting room, you can see your bedroom, you can see your kitchen, you can see your bathroom and toilet, and even balcony. It means you are poor. Another one is when those people selling mali pass through your estate every day. If those people come, you are very poor. Another way to know that you are very poor is when your salary get finished before end month. At date 15, 18, you are broke. Go for salary advance. My friend, you are very poor. You have nothing. Another one is when you apply for mobile loans. You have several mobile loan apps in your phone to try this and that. If you fail to repay, you download another app. You are very poor. You have nothing. Another one is when, have you ever gone to a meeting? Yeah, you attend a function and the MC can mention other names and he says, and the rest. If you are among the rest, in quotes, you are supposed to work hard. You are very poor. You have nothing. Another way to know that you are very poor is when your appetite is too high. You can eat anyhow. Rich people eat in the morning, can even eat once a day, and they're very okay. But if your appetite is too much, you have appetite for food, and they put 2 kg of ugali, a whole plate. You can finish alone, and then you don't feel like you're satisfied. Hey, you need to work hard. Because when you have money, when you have enough money in your pocket and in your bank, you have invested enough, you don't feel like eating anything. But have you noticed when you don't have anything, even when you pass through the road, you see mind choma, you don't even think whether it's dirty or clean. You feel like eating. You have appetite for anything. So that is another way to know that you are poor. Another way is when you tell your friend, maybe girlfriend, ask them whether they have Airtel line. Do you have an Airtel line? So that you can talk for long. If you're a lady and your man ask you that way, know that that man has nothing. He has a long way to go. And if you are planning to marry that man, you better think of another person. This is someone who will even measure the food you are going to eat at home. He'll put the marks of a chicken leg on the unga so that you cannot scoop any. So that is another sign that you have nothing. Another sign is if you fail to go to work, you will sleep hungry. This month you decide that I'm not working, let me rest. You sleep hungry. My friend, you have nothing. You are very poor. Even if you are earning 200,000, if that money doesn't come this month, you'll never survive for the next 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. You are very poor. You need to do serious thinking and come up with financial management strategy. Very poor. Another sign of poverty is if your monthly electricity bill does not go beyond 5,000 shillings. If you spend 500 bob, 200 shillings, 1,000, 2,000, it means your house is not serious enough. Rich people spend a lot of money on electricity and water. So look at your token and see how much you spend. Another one is when your phone is always silent. Very silent. The only person who can call you is either your mother or a brother there, or a loan app where you took loan and failed to repay. You are very poor. Another sign that you are very poor is where you put a dustbin at the balcony or just outside the door. And outside the door, just when you open the door, the dustbin is there. No, that is poverty. That's poverty. Another sign you are very poor is when you and your friends are discussing rich people. When you meet, your topic is about this rich person. You know, that man, how much money he has, how many cars this guy bought this car. When you find yourself discussing rich people, know that you are down there. If you are rich, there's no way you can discuss rich people. The only topic will be to discuss how to win a political seat, how to invest, which stock is doing well, and how to build your rental property, something like that. So it means you are very poor. Another sign is in the school where you took your children. If you are able to count the number of cars during visiting day, and you count 1, 2, 3 up to 4, they're just scattered. They're just 2, 3 there. Others came with boda boda. Others came with the matatu. That is a sign of poverty. You need to work extremely hard for you to become rich. Another sign is where you stay. There's a shop in the ground floor or a bar on the ground floor making noise at night, and there's nothing you can do. That is a sign of poverty. You are living in an area where there's nothing. Another sign is if you are sharing a toilet with your neighbors. And let me connect another thing. If you receive water maybe once or twice a week in that estate, you are poor. Another sign of poverty, if there's a WhatsApp group you have created and all of you, maybe family members or friends, each of them is contributing 20 bob, 50 bob, 100. The most one can contribute is 1,000. And you see 10, 20, 30. Even you try. Whenever you try, the most you can send is 500 shillings. That is poverty. You are surrounded by poor people and you're also poor. Rich people, when they contribute, you can see 10,000, 20, 50,000, 200,000, etc. No sign of poverty. And for those ones who have cars, one sign that you are very poor is you have never filled the tank of your car. Whenever you fuel, you say, I care 3,000, I care 2,000. The only time you fill the car is when you receive a bonus in December, or you get a certain deal, or receive a bonus, you want to go home and visit the family. That's the only time. These other times is just 2,000, 1,000. You know, owning a car is not a sign of being rich. There are people who own cars and they're constantly in debt. So that is a sign of poverty. So these are basically some of the signals that will show you whether you are rich or poor. And another one that I was almost forgetting is where you shop. Where you shop, you don't even see a notable figure. Maybe a politician, a rich one, maybe musicians who are rich. Maybe, there are places where you shop regularly and meet such people. You walk like this, you find a certain person you see on TV, he's just there. But where you shop, there are some supermarkets. There are supermarkets for poor and for rich. You might find a supermarket for the rich, sugar is 150 shillings. But for the poor, the same sugar is 120 shillings. Now, one sign that you'll know that you are poor is if you go to a supermarket and you see big lines, huge lines outside in the parking. They don't even have parking space. No parking for 1-2 cars. And inside there are women carrying babies. There are people wearing gum boots, others from Jenko. Now, that is a sign, and you are very comfortable. That's where you shop. Always, it's a sign of poverty. There's one thing that happens when you become rich. There are places you cannot go. You feel so insecure, even if there's security. You try, rich people cluster together and the poor people cluster together. There's a discomfort when you are rich. There's a certain level of discomfort that comes if you mix with the poor. So where you shop, where you walk, you have to know whether another thing, in your estate, if there are so many people walking on the streets, the estate you live, and very few cars, the only thing you see are matatus and boda boda. There's no warning that boda bodas and taxis not allowed beyond this area. You are very poor, my friend. You have nothing, completely nothing. So these are some of the signs that will show you that you must improve. And the last one, when you go to a hotel and you cannot afford to buy lunch for 10,000 or 20,000 regularly, not once, regularly, you need to work hard.